This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
God morgon, god eftermiddag och god kväll, and welcome to Northern Europe Chronicles. We're so excited to have yet another broadcast for you. I am Francesca Heiskanen from Lund, Sweden, and I will be one of your hosts for tonight. But I am not alone, so I'll have her introduce herself.
God morgon, good eftermiddag och god kväll. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Selena Bolander, coming to you from Hyltebruk, Sweden. Today is Sunday, November 9, 2025, 8:02 in the evening, Central European Time. And in the Philippines, it's already Monday, November 10, 2025 at 3:02 in the morning. Yes, thank you so much,
Now,
Jessica.
Selena, what can we expect in our broadcast for tonight?
Yeah, so tonight our topic discussion is small ways that brighten our day. And we also have Northern Europe updates, a segment where we showcase local district CFO activities conducted in the District of Northern Europe. We also have Let's Sing and Dance, where we can watch our brethren showcase their talent in singing and dancing in the Christian music video. And we also have the Let's Learn, where they can learn the Swedish language that has something to do with our topic for tonight.
Yes. So let's go to our first segment, which is our Northern Europe updates. Yes, so for our Northern Europe updates, we want to let you know about some of the activities that occurred amongst around the congregations in our district, as well as in our district of Northern Europe. So first activity is, in an effort to contribute to the community and united in faith and compassion, brethren from the local congregation of Lund, Sweden, held an INC giving clothing drive donation. The brethren thoughtfully went through their homes and closets to gather items they no longer use in order to assist those in need. The collected clothing was graciously donated to a local charity organization. This initiative not only provided essential clothing, but also strengthened the faith and bonds of both the donors and recipients, serving as a testament to the church's love and care for those in need. So that was one activity from Lund, Sweden, as you can see in the pictures. Now, what is our next activity, Selena?
Yes, thank you so much, Cheska. So for our next activity in our district, with steadfast faith and unwavering unity, the brethren from the District of Northern Europe joyfully took part in the worldwide evangelical mission, once again demonstrating their love and dedication to sharing the true faith. Brother Vizar Balsita, District Supervising Minister, officiated the evangelical mission at Stockholm, Sweden. Brethren and guests from various local congregations gathered in spirit and purpose, joining the holy event through live video streaming in their respective places of worship. During the sermon, Brother Vizar Balsita emphasized that salvation is God's gift through Jesus Christ, and to receive it, we must become part of His church and faithfully follow His will before it is too late. Filled with renewed zeal, the brethren were deeply inspired to continue helping in the work of propagation. The district wholeheartedly pledges to our Almighty God and to the church administration that they will remain united and steadfast in intensifying the sharing of the true faith for the honor, praise, and glory of our God. So yes, that's it for our Northern Europe update. So now for our topic for tonight, we have the small ways that brighten our day. So what else can you say about our topic for tonight, Cheska?
Yes, so we all know that as the weather changes and the gray days grow shorter, even the foods we enjoy each season can affect our mood and energy. And when sunlight becomes scarce and the days feel a little bit darker, it's natural to feel a bit, low and moody and kind of on the downside. But there are plenty of different ways to brighten our day. So, with daylight savings shifting the clock and winter bringing its long, dark evenings, small moments of warmth, cozy routines, and togetherness can make a big difference. Now, today we'll explore how to find light, joy, and positivity in everyday life here in Northern Europe. And with us, we have our guest who will be sharing their insights on our topic. So let's go to our first guest in Copenhagen, Denmark. Now, can you please introduce yourself?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who is currently tuned in and watching Northern Europe Chronicles. My name is Heidi Joy Holstrom, but you can call me Joy for short. I am currently in the local congregation of Copenhagen, Denmark, and I currently hold offices in as a choir officer, finance officer, district multimedia, and also a district CFO officer. Hello po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you so much. And next, we have a guest from Lund, Sweden. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, Francesca. I'm Janet Welle from the local of Lund, Sweden. I am a deaconess, a finance officer, scan officer, book club officer in our local and in our district, and I am the president of the CMDPS in our district. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Last but not least, we have our guest from Oslo, Norway. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Cheska, for the invitation. My name is Bamba Estoy. I'm from the local congregation of Oslo East, Norway, and I hold the position as a finance officer.
Thank you so much. So now let's get to our topic discussion. Selena, do you want to start it off?
Yes, I want to start with joy. So for joy, can you share a small joy or a simple routine that brightens your day even during winter?
Yes, Sister Celine, Selena, as we know, there are longer darkness and shorter light during the winter season. So for me, a simple routine that I do is at the moment I tend to get back to my reading. One of the favorite things that I love to do. And I also try to do a lot of decluttering in the house. Also, I try to do a daily power walk and a treadmill that we have at home. And right now, I have an upcoming citizenship exam, which I will be taking by the end of this month. So I do a lot of reviewing with the learning materials and doing a lot of practice tests online. So those are the things that somehow keeps me busy, and I always try to incorporate those activities in my daily routine.
Thank you so much, Joy. And I think I agree with the part about reading because I find it better to read during this time of the year than during summer because there are plenty of activities during summer. But now I prefer to stay indoors and just read. And also, good luck on your upcoming citizenship exam. And speaking of that, how you said you're studying for it, how do you motivate yourself despite this season right now where others are like having a hard time to motivate themselves?
Well, for me, fortunately, I have a very well established biological clock. So I always get up at 5:30 in the morning, even without an alarm clock, and it always helps me get a good head start for the day. And normally, before I go to bed at night, the night before, I always try to have an organize. I always try to organize my thoughts by at least doing some written notes on my phone on the agenda or the things that I would like to do or the productive things that I would like to finish the following day. And as I mentioned, with when it comes to the upcoming citizenship test, I think having to be able to pass the test is enough motivation for me to make sure that I do a lot of readings and I do a lot of review and practice tests online.
Thank you so much, Joy. And I think it's very commendable in your part to be motivated, and you actually have strong willpower. And I can say that I do have that, but it comes and it goes. So yeah, and so I hope I can be more like you. So thank you so much for sharing that. Who do we want to ask next, Cheska?
Yes, so before we continue on, I actually want to read a comment quickly from the chat. From Mirna Hube, she says, shout out. Let's all participate in the topic discussion. So we want to invite everyone in the live chat to participate in our topic discussion. We want to hear from you how what small ways or simple routines brighten your days. So please share with us your experience, your thoughts, and we'll do our very best to read your comments throughout our broadcast. But I want to go to Janet. Janet, in what ways do the shorter days and reduced sunlight influence your mood and even your energy levels?
Yes, Francesca. During the shorter and darker days of the year, with reduced sunlight, my mood sometimes fluctuates. I notice that my energy levels dip, leaving me feeling more tired and less motivated. I also feel easily saddened and uneasy. I have difficulty getting up in the morning because it's darker and colder, and I could also be more sensitive to other people's emotions. Like I can easily absorb their different emotions. If they are sad, I can easily be sad. I can feel their irritability, and or if they are stressed, I can also be easily stressed.
That is so interesting. And what you say about kind of absorbing and taking in what other people are feeling. I don't think we think of that necessarily, but it is probably something that happens to us in our daily lives. I feel like I realize that okay, maybe when someone is a bit kind of in a downward mood, I get kind of down. You get easily emotional and saddened. Like I can definitely relate to that, and I think everyone can relate, at least I can relate, about not really wanting to get up out of bed in the morning. I feel like when it's cold outside, your room becomes cold, especially when you're waking up in the morning and your comforter is very comforting and very nice. It makes me not want to get up. It makes it very difficult to get up, so I can definitely relate to that. I want to ask Bomba the same question for you. In what ways do the shorter days and the reduced sunlight kind of influence your mood and just your being, really?
Uh, yes, thank you, Cheska. My feel good brain chemicals drop. I think just what Janet is mentioning. There are times that I end up working early evening, but the feeling is different when you know that it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it's already dark out there. So one can feel some winter blues. I call it winter blues. This is also true when you wake up and preparing yourself to go to work. The dark winter mornings can make it harder to get up.
Yes, I can see that, and like what you said about it being 4 p.m. and it's already dark outside. It feels so weird that you start off your day and there's no sunlight, and you end your day and there's still no sunlight. So you feel like you missed out on an entire day.
Yes,
You missed out on an entire day of sunlight, and that kind of that can affect your mood, not being able to take that in during the day. So
Yes, that
thank you
is
so
true.
much. Yes, Selena, who do you want to go to next?
Yeah, so before I ask Joy, I want to also comment about what Bamba said about winter blues, because I think among our guests and even you, I'm the newest here in Europe. So it's like on my first ever winter season, I didn't know that my mood has something to do with the weather. So I was wondering why I'm feeling down or like this. And they mentioned like I'm even wondering, am I getting depressed? But then they said, no, it's called winter blues. So I realized, oh, there is such thing because I came from the Philippines and we only have sunny days and rainy days. So it's something new for me and to my body and to my mind. And like what you mentioned, going out to start work, like I have to force myself to go to work because it's very dark and then I have to finish work and it's already dark again. So it took like a couple of years for me to adjust to that. So yes, and for those who's watching, who's new here, just know that you are not the only one experiencing that. We also experience that and continuously experience that until now. So yeah, so speaking of that one, how about you, Joy? In what ways do the shorter days and reduced sunlight influence your mood or energy levels?
Yes, Selena. I think most of it was mentioned by Bamba and Janet. But for me personally, I somewhat feel restricted because again of the very short sunlight and very long darkness. It feels restricted that for me to be able to do a lot of outdoorsy stuff. um, I enjoy very much doing a lot of power walks. I try to incorporate this on a daily basis, even for like 30 minutes. And during winter, especially if you are working in an office, you go to the office, it's dark. You leave the office, it's again dark. So it's somewhat difficult to enjoy walking outside. Thankfully, I have my own treadmill at home. So that kind of restriction sometimes do affect my mood. But of course, I try my very best not to let any negative mood bring me down. So I try to divert that into something by trying to think of any other productive things that I can do inside the house. So yeah.
Yes, I think most of us can agree to that as well, that we do something inside productive inside the house, especially if it's snowing already, because snow is very nice to look at, but it's hard to go to do things outside to walk. And my son is here, and I can remember him during winter season. He was like, I wake him up, it's time to go to your daycare, and he was like, no, mom, it's still dark, it's still night. So I have to always tell him that no, already the morning, it's time. So it's like every year you need to adjust. So yes, thank you so much for sharing that. So I want to hear now from Janet. So for you, Janet, what kind of foods are you drawn to during the colder season of the year?
Yes, Selena. I'm not really drawn to any particular food, but I am usually cold. Lagi akong nilalamig. So I always have cold hands and feet. So I appreciate warm food and drinks more during the colder season, just to keep me warm.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that, Janet. I think everyone was like that, either drinks or something to eat, as long as it's warm. So, who do we want to ask next, Cheska?
Yes, so I want to go back to Bamba. For you, Bamba, can you share a small joy or a simple routine that brightens your day, especially now during the colder season?
Yes, Cheska. Actually, I'll be sharing a simple routine. There are, some points that I really do regularly. So I start with my prayer from the nook of our living room, kneeling and giving thanks to our God and seeking for His kindness for another day. There is a calming effect for me every morning. And of course, I take time for a warm bath. Getting dressed for the office work, simple but chic, dressing up pleasure brings personal joy. And you are ready for another day. And I love the warm feeling inside when you are wrapped up with proper winter clothing. And another morning routine for me as a mom, I still love preparing packed lunch for my teenager kids before I go to work. That's one of my best connections with my kids. And getting appreciation words like love you, mom, thanks, mom, is enough for me to start my day.
That is so nice. So shout out to Therese and to David for always saying nice things to your mom because she packs food for you guys. That's so nice. I also just wanted to comment on, starting your day off with prayer. No matter the season, no matter the weather, that is something we all should do because we have a lot to be thankful for and to be grateful for. The fact that we get to wake up and start a new day, that in itself is such a great blessing to each and every one of us. So starting your day off with a prayer, I feel like is the right way to start off your day. And what you said about, dressing up to kind of do something for yourself to get your day started off right. So that, despite the weather, despite the coldness, you still feel good to go through your day. So thank you so much, Bamba, for that. I want to ask Janet also, can you share a small joy or a simple routine that brightens your day during this winter season?
Yes, when I'm off duty, I like cozy morning routines with a cup of coffee. I have to start with a cup of coffee. And while having that cup of coffee, I make breakfast for the family. Sometimes we sleep in, so that breakfast will become brunch. It's mostly sinangag, eggs and bacon. That's our routine when I have day off. And I also like not doing anything, just to recharge and relax. So I just watch movies, listen to music or audiobooks.
Thank you so much. I also like that, not doing anything. Sometimes you don't need to fill your day with a bunch of activities. Sometimes you just have to like not do anything to kind of get back on track, to kind of, as Janet said, recharge and to kind of get your energy back on. So not doing anything is also, I think, a good thing to do. Thank you so much. What do you wanna ask next, Selena?
Yeah, so I already heard from Janet about what she wants, what kind of foods is she drawn to during the colder season of the year. So I'd like to hear from Bamba this time. So what kind of foods are you drawn to during the colder season of the year?
Yes, I think most people prefer to have a warm soup, warm food. I like ramen, Vietnamese pho, and the all-time favorite chicken macaroni soup. It it's the feeling is good when you have them.
Yeah, so is for your kids or your husband, is there any particular food that they request during this time of the year?
Normally it's the warm soup. Of course, my husband always cook for us, like tinola or sinigang. But of also, if the kids would request for ramen, we'll go outside. Ramen is better outside than at home.
Yes, I totally agree with you on that part. But I think the home cooked meals made by your parents is one thing I can remember during my childhood days, and I think most the kids like it. It makes it warmer when it's prepared by your parents. Nothing beats the home cooked meal, right? So thank you so much for sharing that, Bamba. So how about you, Joy? What kind of foods are you drawn to during the colder season of the year?
So, Selena, as I mentioned earlier, I have three uh, growing teenagers, and each of them have their own preference. The only thing in common is all of us are very much fond of having warm soup, especially during the cold season. So my eldest, her favorite is pork sinigang. And then my son, his favorite is chicken tinola. My youngest, she loves the beef bulalo, especially the one with the beef marrow. She's only 13, so I guess she can have as much beef marrow as she wants. Um, but the most common request that I get from all three of them is, as Bamba mentioned, it's the chicken macaroni soup, or in Tagalog, we call it sopas. That's like a big hit for my kids. Um, Sometimes, if we want to be a little bit fancy, we would go for ramen or the Vietnamese pho. But like Bamba mentioned, we would rather try to order it from outside and have it delivered instead of me cooking it at home, because it it's a bit complicated meal for me to prepare. Um, and I don't think I have the patience, especially if all of my kids are already hungry.
Yes, I thank you so much, Joy. And I think there are certain foods that is best when eaten at home, but there are also those best when you eat it outside. So yes, thank you so much. So, how about hobbies? For you, Joy, are there any hobbies or activities you enjoy more during the colder season?
Hobbies that I enjoy more during the cold season, there is really nothing in particular, but one thing that I really, really do love, whether I do it outdoor or indoor, is doing a lot of power walks. So basically, like basic workouts, and I'm not very fond of going to public gym. So I have my own personal treadmill here at home. So every day I try to, especially in the morning, like morning time, that's one of the things that I try to incorporate in my routine. I don't do it daily, but I do it most often in the morning. As soon as I wake up, I would do a 30-minute power walk on the treadmill, because it really helps me boost my energy, and it really helps me have that kind of energy level to start my day and finish it off all throughout with feeling really energized and being productive.
Thank you so much, Joy. So, wow, that's really something. You still managed to stay active and productive even this season. That's really something. So, thank you so much. So, before we move on to our next guest for our next question, we'd like to read some comments here. So, we have from Jerickson Escanio. Good evening, mga kapatid. Watching live always from local of Budapest, Hungary. Please greet my family in Binyan, Laguna. May God keep them safe from Typhoon Uwan. God bless po. Shout out to my children, Tayon, Twinkle, Terrence, and Tyra. So to everyone tuned in right now in the Philippines, we hope that you stay safe from the typhoon that is going on there. So yes, also from Mirna Akubik, the first sip of a warm cup of coffee on a chilly morning will make my day complete. And also from Mirna Akubik as well, the sound of birds chirping outside your window sounds like music in the morning. So can you help me with the comments, Jessica?
Yes, and we have yet another one from Mirna Hoover. A fresh bouquet of flowers in the kitchen table makes my days complete. And yet another comment from Mark Antonimilia. I am naturally inclined to create a warmer, cozier, and more comforting sanctuary at home. This involves using soft blankets, cooking warm meals like sopas and sinigang, and prioritizing indoor hobbies. So I very much agree with that. Sinigang, when it comes to food, I think you cannot go wrong with sinigang during this time of the year. Something I also like to eat when it's kind of colder is like temporado. What are you more drawn to, Selena, during this time of year to eat?
Actually, I'm more into ramen. Always, it's always ramen, and I cannot always go out because we're far from the city. So I settle for instant ramen at home. But yes, that's actually my favorite. So yeah, shout out to my husband. So hopefully he can take me for ramen out one of these days. So
Very
what do we have next, Jessica?
Yeah, so we also want to see with Janet and with Bamba. So Janet, uh, are there any specific hobbies or activities you enjoy doing more during the colder season?
Yes, Francesca. No, it depends on what mood I am in. Cold weather makes me lazy. If I am tired, I enjoy watching movies, listening to music and audiobooks. And when I'm in the mood, I go for walks in the cold air. I cook, I bake. Yeah.
Yes. We very much love your baking in Lund, so thank you for that. For Bamba, same thing to you. Are there any specific hobbies or activities you're more drawn to during this time of the year?
Yes, Jessica. It is such a lovely feeling to snug under the blanket, comfortably and warmly covered while watching film or reading book or just listening to favorite music, or even sit on a massage chair. Like embracing the essence of stillness. I can gain comfort in the silence, in silence, because that's I rarely have silent moments, so I really savor them. And during winter, it's nice to be engaged in some in photography. It is really nice to capture the frosty landscapes. So even if you're just walking along on your way to work and you see something very capturing to your eyes, so I take photo of it. And when it comes to outdoor activity, something that I would like to do, hopefully, because it is fun to go dog sledding. The temperature can be really tough, but the feeling of adrenaline, of the thrilling speed in snowy landscape, excitement, and there's a peaceful connection to nature as you get to brush yourself under the lowered tree branches along the way. So yeah, it's something that I love about winter.
That is so exciting. Dog sledding. I have yet to try that, but it sounds so cool and so interesting to just, kind of sit there and just be, as you said, kind of be rushed in the adrenaline of it all. So that sounds so exciting. And massage chair, yes, definitely agree with that. So and what you said about photography, especially now during more the fall season, that the leaves are changing colors, or kind of falling down the trees. I like to do in the mornings when the sun is just kind of rising, is take a picture of the sun because I'm like, I'm not gonna see you anymore today, so I just want to capture that moment for now. So thank you so much. Now we'll take a quick break from our topic discussion and move on to a Let's Sing and Dance segment. So we have yet another CMV prepared for everyone to enjoy. So please enjoy this CMV entitled Eternally.
God's promise is true. We live eternally. We live forever.
I am on my way to eternal life. I wanna live forever with God and His Son, my Savior Christ. His Son is coming on Judgment Day, and we will live forever. All those who have obeyed.
We must pass the trials that we will face, so that we can make it to the end of our race, to receive the promised salvation, and we will be with God in His holy kingdom.
I'm waiting for the day to come, the return of God's begotten Son, the one whom God has sent to redeem us from the sins that we have done. And even with all the tribulations that we face, we endure the pain and continue to keep the faith.
The ways that we walk,
What we say when we talk,
Always stay righteous, never ever should we stop.
being the lights of this world, we shine brighter than the sun, that will make everyone see we're God's chosen ones.
God will take away all of our fears. There will be no more death, crying, pain, nor tears.
All the old things will pass away, and in the Holy Land forever we shall stay.
God promised a life that lasts forever, so don't do anything that'll put us in danger.
Don't exchange our faith for worldly things. Follow God with all of our hearts, for salvation He brings.
Hold on to what you have learned. Keep it in your heart. Stand strong and firm. You're the ones whom God will always love, and He promised that someday up above we'll live eternally. In each minute, He helps us realize just what we need to do. The duties He gave us are promised to be true. We'll never dismay our Father, Him we shall obey. Every trial makes us stronger, we tied our bonds will never stray.
When we are feeling down, His presence always brings us up. Instilling deep within us is true and all abiding love. True peace we will always gain. When things go wrong, we don't complain. Pray to Him to make us brave. Steadfast, we shall remain.
We shall remain in His church. We stray through His holy words. Every time we step into the chapel, we know what it's worth. Being knocked down truly makes us hurt, but we forget all our pain through the comfort of His words.
And we're blessed when He wakes us up to the morning light. Teachings we believe and we keep them as our guiding light. Everything He taught us in our hearts are planted deep, cause we have the true faith which will eternally keep.
This may be a race.
All the more we keep our pace.
Blessings unto us are sure.
With this light it makes us pure.
When knocked down we shall endure.
Don't be tempted, just to learn.
With faith and love we are assured we won't be hurting anymore.
Now that our path is clear and straight,
Trust our Father about to guide us to the Holy Land.
getting rid of all the hate.
From all sin we separate. In the end we will be lifted up to that holy place.
Hold on to what you have learned. Keep it in your heart. Stand strong and firm. We are the ones whom God will always love, and He promised that someday up above we'll live eternally.
God's promise is true. We'll live eternally. We'll live forever.
Our Lord God has true everlasting love. We're really fortunate as I and see. We keep all the trust in our God above. Forever we'll live happily. Hold on to what you have learned. Keep it in your heart. Stand strong and firm. We are the ones who God will always love, and He promised us someday up above we'll live eternally.
From our brethren from Oslo, Norway. Thank you so much for that wonderful performance. And to those who just tuned in, our topic for tonight is small ways that brighten our day. So before we get back to our guest for tonight, for our viewers and listeners, please don't forget to like, comment, and share this broadcast. And also share in the comment section what are the things that brighten up your day during this season here. So keep on commenting, and we will try our very best to read all of your comments. So now, Cheska, who do you want to ask first?
Yes, so I want to go to Joy. How do you like to stay connected with friends and family, especially now that everyone is spending most of their time indoors?
Yeah, Cheska. So for us as a family, I think we can all agree that the power of technology, modern technology nowadays, is really very helpful. So it's easy for me to call my parents back home in the Philippines, either on the normal mode of communication that we would use in order to keep connected with them and make sure that they are doing okay. And at home, for me and my kids, and this is something that we don't only do during the winter season, but we actually do it all throughout the year, regardless of what season we are into, because all of us are very much into competitive quizzes, online quizzes, or sometimes riddles, and also we enjoy doing a lot of puzzles together. So that is something that we always try to do, whether if it's during dinner time or over the weekend. And sometimes we also enjoy watching movies together here at home, especially when it's snowing outside and you can't really go out. So we just enjoy the coziness here in our own house.
That's so fun. Doing quizzes with your family. That's so fun. We like to play board games with our family and friends. So that's what we like to do. So thank you so much, Joy, for sharing. Bamba, for you, how do you like to stay connected with friends and with family members, especially now that everyone is spending their times indoors?
Yes, Cheska, it is always a warm feeling to catch up with friends and families at home. So having good food, warm coffee or tea, I really love the simplicity and, just being present in the moment. That's all.
That's so nice. Spending time over coffee and tea. We have this a thing in Sweden called fika, which is basically just to spend time with another person, with your friends, with your loved ones, over coffee and some cake. So I also like to do that. I think that's something it gets you out of the house, it gets you out with your friends. So that's really nice. For you, Janet, how do you like to stay connected with friends or family?
Well, Shasia, just like Joy mentioned, the modern technology is very helpful. We stay connected by maintaining video and phone calls or text messages. We have group chats and where we discuss things. And also when we plan when we can meet and all that stuff, we do it in our group chats, and we follow each other on social media. So yeah, that's how we stay connected nowadays.
Thank you so much. We have a comment actually in the live chat from Helma Tomines. She wrote that coffee while video calling my family before going to work will keep me going and brighten my day. So I think that goes for everyone really. Kind of coffee, talking with your loved ones, that can keep you going. Now, what do we want to ask next, Selena?
Yes, thank you so much, Cheska. So I'd like to get back to Bamba. So how have you adapted to seasonal changes over the years to maintain a sense of joy and balance?
Yes, Selena. Finding or having inspirations and being inspired, I think is the key for every change that takes place in our lives. It fuels the creative spark within us, may it be emotionally and spiritually, because it could be a person, it could be the situation, a goal, or God's promises. we are able to adjust accordingly. And an inspiration, I think, drives us to take another step, and it motivates us to face another day.
Thank you so much. That's a very wonderful. Like having an inspiration. Yes, that's something that always keeps us motivated, especially to us mothers. We have our inspiration we see every day with us. So, yes, thank you so much. So, how about you, Janet? How have you adapted to seasonal changes over the years to maintain a sense of joy and balance?
Yes, I try not to let the seasonal changes affect me. I accept the changes and remind myself that it's only temporary, knowing that the warmer and brighter days will soon come and the feeling of sadness or anxiety will improve. I try to engage myself in activities that I enjoy, especially our different church activities. During colder season, I try to stay warm. I dress for the weather. There is a saying, there is no bad weather, only bad clothing. I think you're familiar with that. And when it gets too much and I feel overwhelmed, I seek support from my family and friends. And most importantly, I turn to our Lord God. And I pray that He will give me the comfort, the solace, and the strength that I need to be able to get through the difficulties that I may face.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Janet. And for us members of the church, prayer is always our best armor for the everything. So yes. So how about you, Joy? How have you adapted to seasonal changes over the years to maintain a sense of joy and balance?
For me, Selena, because we do have 4 seasons here in Denmark. I believe it's the same for Sweden and in Norway. And those kind of seasonal changes is very predictable. You know which months cover summer, spring, winter, or autumn, or the fall season. So for me, I always try to find something productive, whatever season we are in. One of the challenges for me is to stay still or sit still. I always need to keep myself busy, whether it's physically or mentally. So if I know that, so on each season, I already have a constant um, activity that I always try to do. And if in case in the during the winter season, if in case I feel a bit overwhelmed, then that would be the time that I would say to myself that I would step back, relax, and just enjoy the stillness of the moment. But that actually rarely happens because it is always more on the side of I always try to keep myself busy, whether it's at home, it's at work, or even at church. There's a lot of church activities that is being done in our locale. So that is actually one of the nice things that I really do appreciate. And it helps me keep myself busy as well.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that joy with us. So, yes, what do we have next, Cheska?
Yes, so we want to go to our next segment, which is our Let's Learn. So we're going to learn some few words once again in Swedish related to our topic. So let's sit back and enjoy this Let's Learn segment.
Hi everyone! Are you ready to learn some Swedish words related to our topic? Let's get started! Our first word is sunlight. In Swedish, that is solljus. Solljus. Our next word is warmth. In Swedish, that's värme. Värme. Joy is glädje. Glädje. Routine is rutin. Rutin. The word weather is väder. Say it with me. Väder. Season is årstid. Årstid. Energy is energi. Energi. Balance is balans. Balans. Lastly, we have the word gratitude. In Swedish, that is tacksamhet. Tacksamhet. Those were just some Swedish words for you. Hope you enjoyed and see you next time. Or vi ses nästa gång.
Yes, now welcome back to Northern Europe Chronicles, and that was our Let's Learn segment. So we hope you learned some Swedish words that you can take with you. And actually, we're nearing the end or towards the end of our program, which is kind of sad, but it just shows how fast time passes by. So we want to take this opportunity or give this opportunity to our guest once again to give their shout out. So we want to start off with Joy. Do you have any shout outs for us tonight?
Yes, thank you, Cheska. So I just want to shout out everyone who are currently tuned in Northern Europe Chronicles, and also to my family, my loving husband, Henrik, and my three teenagers, Monique, Alex, and Maddie. And I also would like to, due to insistent public demand, I would like to request my Ninang Ella and Ninong Niels an advance happy wedding anniversary. So that's it for me, Cheska.
Thank you so much. Now let's go to Janet for your greetings.
Yes, shout out to my Valley boys who are watching, to all the brethren in Lund and Mellbystrand here in Sweden, to all our ministers here in our district here in Northern Europe, and to all the brethren, good evening.
Thank you so much. Och grattis till David och Alex för era guldmedaljer. Let's go to Bamba for your shout-outs, please.
Yes, a quick rundown. Shout out to our district minister, Brother Visal Sita and family, and to our district CFO coordinator, Brother Oliver Nagit and family, and to all the ministers of Northern Europe and brethren, especially to Oslo and Oslo East locals, and of course to my family, my husband Raisin, and my two kids, Reese and David, and the Karamat family, and to everyone who's tuned in to Northern Europe Chronicles. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And now we want to do just a quick round of birthday greetings. I'll start with some from Sweden. We have Mayjoy Offerman, so she's from Lund, Sweden, and she'll be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday, MJ. We have also from Sweden, Ariella Cuesta, who had his birthday. From Finland, we want to greet Armando Balagao, Butch Castro, and we want to greet Sister Antoinette Batulan on her birthday as well. We want to go then to Budapest. We have Marjorie Pagong, Andy Aspe, Glessy Joy Aspe, Louis J. Caber, Raymond Iragsa, Kathleen Aquino, Juveline Miole, Nelson Mutuk, Rick Andres, Adrian Pascual, Sindel Rason, Leticia Marasigan, Vic Di Macali, and we also want to greet Sister Kiara Barceval, who had her birthday. Selena, do we have anyone else to greet?
Yes, I for me it's my personal shout out. So shout out to my son who is beside me and my husband, and to my family in the Philippines. So stay safe, everyone, and happy birthday to my mom who celebrated her birthday yesterday. And advance happy birthday to my sister-in-law Cherry. Special shout out to all the brethren from Poland, and to April MC Clarin, and to their whole congregation who are always actively participating in the live chat, as well as to Mirna Akube and to all the brethren from their congregation who always supports our broadcast every Sunday. And of course, to all our viewers and listeners, shout out to all of you. Yes.
Yes, and we got additional birthday greetings as well. We have from Vienna West, we have Katrina Gieb, Angeline Tahardon, Liam Caleb Murillo, Valerian Gieb, Reynaldo Espiritu, and Marinol Ronquillo also celebrating their birthdays. And we have a special message from Brother MK, one of our ministerial workers here in Northern Europe. He wants to greet his younger brother on his birthday, Kurt Villarroel, who is a CWS teacher in the Netherlands from the District of Central Europe. So thank you so much for that. And for my own personal greetings, I actually would like to greet my younger brother, Brother Franco Nicolai Heiskanen, who's in the Philippines, who had his birthday 2 days ago. So grattis i efterskott, Brother Nico. So thank you so much. And I would also like to greet then the brethren in Lund, Sweden as well. So we are really nearing the end of our broadcast, everyone. As fun as this has been, but all good things must come to an end, I suppose. So we want to once again thank all of the viewers and listeners who tuned in to our broadcast this evening. We want to thank the Tech in the Philippines for helping us out in our broadcast, and we want to thank everyone once again who tuned in, who participated in our topic discussion, who keeps sending in their comments in the live chat. If you haven't done it yet, please do not forget to like our broadcast, everyone. So like, share. We can watch still after our live broadcast, our episode. And don't forget to subscribe to the INCRadio YouTube channel and to catch many other INCRadio broadcasts such as this. So thank you once again, everyone, for tuning in and for participating. And this was Northern Europe Chronicles. So see you again next week.